Hello everyone, so today we are going to be filming my March TBR. Now a couple of little housekeeping things before we get started. One, I'm really sorry about the background noise. My child is home today. I've also got the dogs and we're also about to go through a cyclone where I live. I live on the Gold Coast in Queensland and Cyclone Alfred is supposed to hit tonight / early tomorrow morning. So we're copying some of the winds and the rain now. So I do apologise for the background noise, but I really wanted to get this filmed because it is currently the 6th of March and I haven't filmed my March TBR, but I've already started to read for the month. I think I'm going to change my structure and I'm going to actually film my TBRs before I do my wrap-ups because I just think it'll work better. So we're going to jump straight into the video. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into it. So the way we're going to be picking my TBR this month is we're actually going to use this, I think it's called the TBR machine. It's like a prompt generator. So that's how we're going to do it today. Sometimes I do it from a TBR jar. Sometimes I just read whatever. To be honest, every time I make a TBR, I never stick to it. I read 1 or 2 books. So I think this month I'm going to do 10, maybe 9 or 10, because I do also have, I'm supposed to have book club this Sunday, but I think we're going to make it a virtual one instead, just because I don't want anyone to travel and like risk the safety of anyone. So I think I'm going to make it a virtual one. But anyway, off track. I will have another book added to this TBR as of Sunday because my book club will pick their read. Okay, so we're going to get into the first one. I was kind of playing around with it, so there is already one there, but we're going to press the button. Okay, this says, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. What I'll do is I'll screenshot it and I'll just put a little thing on it, but it says read a book by an author you haven't read anything from before. Okay, so this is my TBR cart, which is all the new books that I have purchased. And then some of these I've read, a lot of these I haven't read, and some of these I have read. So we have a lot to pick from. I'm going to go through my TBR cart first because this is like my priority stuff that I really want to get through. So, by the way, I do have my tea. Don't worry, I didn't forget it. Okay, I'm going to have a look through this and see what I can find for people that I haven't read before. Okay, so the book that I ended up picking was Die For You by Lauren Jackson. I have been so interested in this book, but I haven't read anything by her before. I'll give you a quick read of what it says. So the start of it is, Twilight meets the Vampire Diaries in the steamy romantasy which will leave you thirsting for more. The survivor. The death certificate says my sister died 2 years ago in the accident, but her body was never found. I was the sole survivor, then I saw her. Someone lied. Now I must travel across the country to find answers from a bloodthirsty vampire with one thing on his mind. I will find out the truth even if it kills me. Now the sun's coming out. Oh my god. Cyclone weather is so unpredictable. Anyway, the protector. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. Now Rhea is here. She is mine and I must protect her at all costs. With our bond, if she dies, I die. It doesn't add up. And it's all a mess. It's my job to fix it and find my brother. She knows I'm hiding something, but I'm terrified to tell her the truth. The Predator. Wait, what? Is this gonna be a love triangle? It's been years since I had a lead. Now I have one. I will watch, I will wait, I will strike. He will be mine. Wait, what? That sounds so freaking interesting. Oh my god, the sun. But that sounds so interesting. And also, this author actually lives like fairly close to me. I think I saw her signing copies of these at Runaway Bay. Oh my god, that's so bright. Hang on, I'm gonna go close the blind. Sorry about the little bits. My blinds are just sort of settling. I tried to stop them as much as I could, but they're still going side to side. But yeah, so Die For You by Lauren Jackson. I'm very excited for that, and it's a nice small read as well. I have been really enjoying like smaller reads lately. So also I have already read 1 book for the month of March and I'm partway through another, so we're just going to leave them off the TBR, but I'm still going to pick 10 anyway. We're going to do another one. So read a book with red on the cover. Okay. Oh, I don't really want to read that. Or we could probably do that. Hang on, I'm going to pull out a couple of options. Okay, so I picked out 3 options. Bear in mind, one of these is a proof copy, so it doesn't look it, but the published version is red. It's got red on it. So first we have Light Lark by Alex Asta, I believe is how you say her name. Welcome to the Sentinel. Every 100 years, the island of Light Lark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla crown must. Lie, cheat, and betray. Even as love complicates everything. Wow, okay, I don't think I've ever read the back of this. I just got this off of TikTok, so although I have heard that this is like supposed to be YA, but it's really not, so that's one. This one, Penelope Douglas, Corrupt, a Devil's Night novel. I have heard great things about Penelope Douglas. I haven't read anything by her either yet. Same with Alex Astor, to be honest. This one is Dreams might be a heart's desire, but nightmares are its obsession. Erica Fain knows her boyfriend's older brother is handsome, strong, and completely terrifying. A college basketball star gone pro, he's more concerned with the dirt on his shoe than he is with her. But she saw him, she heard him, the things that he did and the deeds that he hid. For years, Rika bit her nails, unable to look away. Now she's in college, but she hasn't stopped watching him. He's bad, and the things she's seen aren't content to stay in her head anymore. Because he's finally noticed her. Michael Christ knows the hold he has on Rika, how much she fears him. She looks down when he enters the room and stills when he's close. He knows she thinks only of him when Michael's brother joins the military, leaving Rika alone and unprotected. Michael knows the opportunity is too good to be true. 3 years ago, she put Michael's friends in prison, and now they're free. Every last one of her nightmares is about to come true. That actually sounds so good. I picked this out without even reading the synopsis, and that actually sounds so good, and I think I might put that on my list. But then we have Iron and Embers. Like I said, this is a proof copy. I won this at Onyx Store Midnight Release Party. You know what? I'm not even going to bother reading the back of that. I'm going to pick Corrupt, because that sounds so up my alley. I love dark romance, and I've heard that like Penelope Douglas writes spice really good, so we're gonna go with that one, and Light Luck can go back on the TBR. Let's pick another one. I'm just screenshotting that. Alright, we're gonna push the button. Read a secondhand book. Oh, I have a few of those on my TBR actually. Okay, so this is a secondhand book. I bought it from like a secondhand bookshop at the markets in Carrara. This is Next in Line by Jeffrey Archer. This is the number one bestseller. So, London 1988, royal fever sweeps the nation as Britain falls in love with the people's princess. Which means for Scotland Yard, the focus is on the elite Royalty Protection Command and its commanding officer, entrusted with protecting the most famous family on earth. They quite simply have to be the best. A weak link could spell disaster. Detective Chief Inspector William Warwick and his Scotland Yard squad are sent to investigate the team. Maverick ex-undercover operative Ross Hogan is charged with a sensitive and unique responsibility, but it soon becomes clear the problems in the royal protection are just the beginning. A renegade organisation has the security of the country and the crown in its sights. The only question is which target is next in line. So it's like a thriller, suspense thriller, I suppose. But yeah, it's a secondhand. You can say I bought it for $10. It's a secondhand book, and I picked this up because I read that and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And I think I'd only read The Inmate by Frida McFadden, but I did read Red River Road last month. Was it last month? I believe it was last month. Okay, next one. Read the highest rated book on your TBR. That's going to be a lot of research. Let's just go into Goodreads. Oh, okay. I'm quite happy with that actually, because I really wanted to read this book this month, and it is one of the highest rated books on here that I own physically that I haven't read yet. It's got a 4.65 star rating with, let's just say, 2.7 million reviews, and it's that high. So that's the next book. So A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm not going to read the synopsis on the back because it is the second book in the series and I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but that is on my TBR for this month and I'm so excited. That worked out so well. I was so concerned. I was like, oh, like, what? That's going to take so long. But yeah, 4 or 5 down, this was there. So this is book number 4. All right, let's go for number 5. Read a book with purple on the cover. I don't like that. I mean, I have a few, but... So the most obvious one I have for this one is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. I haven't read anything by her either yet. The back says, Julian, if I ever caught on fire, Dahlia Munoz would fan the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wisteria, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer, at least until my meddling mother exploits my savior complex. The faster I help Dahlia find her creative spark, the sooner she will leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Dahlia, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? Dahlia. People say the devil has many faces, but I know only one, Julian Lopez, my childhood rival and family frenemy. I vow to steer clear of him while recovering from my broken engagement, but then the billionaire makes an irresistible offer. Renovate a historic house together and triple our profits. Our temporary truce becomes compromised as we face a year's worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. Giving into our desire is inevitable, but falling in love, that isn't part of the plan. I mean, it sounds good. This is probably something that I'm not super excited for, which is why it's sat there for so long. We'll see if I get around to it this month. It's like, I'm sorry, but what do you have to say that is almost 500 pages for just a romance book? Like, that's my thing. Book number 5, I suppose. Let's go for book number 6. Read a book released in 2018. I don't think I have anything that's released in 2018. Actually, hang on a sec. Okay, that works. It's on my Kindle, so I'll just pop it up on the screen. But I'm currently reading it at the moment, and it was released in 2018. So I'm reading Legendary, which is the second book in the Caraval series. So that can be, because I'm currently reading that at the moment. So that can be my, just so we have the stack, I'm just going to add Caraval into there. That's going to be my number 6 book. Let's go for book number 7. Read a book with an ugly cover. Oh my gosh, and it's given like ugly book cover recommendations like Hunger Games, blah, blah, blah. That's so funny. You know what? This is something that I think is a super ugly cover. It's just me. A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I have heard that this is actually a really good book, but I hate this cover. I don't know what it is about covers like this, but I actually just don't like it. But I'll read the back. Have you ever found yourself lost in a good book? Literally. Yes, and I wish. Eline Merriweather loves a good love story, the fictional kind anyway. After all, imaginary men don't break your heart. But when is it Eileen's? It's gonna be Eileen, sorry. But when Eileen's car breaks down en route to her annual book club retreat, she finds herself in Aloriton, a town where every meet is cute, the rain always comes in the afternoon, and the bookshop is always curated with impeccable taste. It feels too good to be true because Aloriton is the setting of her favorite romance series, and Eileen is sure she must be here to bring the town its storybook ending. But there's one character she can't place, the grumpy bookshop owner with mint green eyes and an irritatingly sexy mouth. He does not want Eileen to finish this story, but how else can she find her happily ever after? That actually sounds really interesting, and I have heard that Ashley Poston, because she wrote The 7-Year Slip, and I have heard that she does a really good job of like magical realism, her writing. So again, that's like another fairly short read, because we have a couple of big chonkers in there, and then this one's a fairly short read. So that is number 7. We're going to go on to book number 8. Read a historical fiction. I don't own any historical fiction. This was on my TBR last month and I never got around to reading it, but I'm going to put it on my TBR this month because this is probably the closest thing I have to it. This is based on Greek mythology. It's Electric Idol by Katie Robert. It's the second book in her Dark Olympus series. So I'll read you the back of this one. I really would like to get to this one this month. It's a little bit bigger than Neon Gods was, but I really enjoyed Neon Gods. So it says, he was the most beautiful man in Olympus and the most deadly. In the ultra-modern city of Olympus, there's always a price to pay. Psyche Demetriou knew she'd have to face Aphrodite eventually, but she never expected her literal heart to be at stake, or for Aphrodite's gorgeous son to be the one ordered to strike the killing blow. Eros has no problem shedding blood. Raised to be his mother's knife in the dark, he's been conditioned to accept that he is more monster than man, but when it comes time to take out his latest target, he can't do it. Confused by his reaction to Psyche's unexpected kindness, he does the only thing he can think of to keep her safe. He binds her to him, body and soul. Psyche didn't expect to find herself married to the city's most dangerous killer, but something about Eros wakens a fire she's never felt before. As lines blur and loyalties shift, Psyche realizes Eros might take her heart after all, and she's not sure she can survive the loss. Yeah, so it's a modern retelling of Psyche and Eros that's as sinful as it is sweet. So that's probably the closest thing I have to like a historical fiction. I know it's not quite right, but we're gonna go with that. Let's do just one more because I am going to obviously pick another book on Sunday, so I don't want to like do too many, even though I'm probably not even gonna read all these. But you know, I want options. Read a book borrowed from the library. I don't borrow it, so we're gonna go another one because I don't borrow books. Okay, read a book with a person on the cover. Oh, can I do that? Is that kind of cheating? Okay, I have two options, and one I really want to read. Like, I'm desperate to read this book. Okay, so the two options I've picked, this one's kind of cheating, I know, but it's still got the shape of a female on it. Like, you can tell that that's a female. So this is, actually, you know what? Just in case, because this is in my book club picks. Just in case this does get picked and that ends up being my March read, we're going to do another one anyway, because I think I'm going to end up putting this one on the list. Because the other one I have is Divine Rivals. So this is the one I'm most excited for. It says, in a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the descended, their cruel magic wielding offspring, DM Bellator yearns to escape the insular life of her poor village. When her mother suddenly disappears and DM discovers a dangerous secret about her past, she seizes an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, DM will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind. Like, that just sounds so freaking amazing to me. I'm so excited to read this. Like I said, it's on, as I do know, it's a bit of a romantasy, and our book club is specifically smut. It's called Smut Circle. This is something I'm very excited for. I will read you the back of Divine Rivals. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again. Expelled into the middle of a mystical war, magical typewriters in tow, can Iris Winner and the Roman Kit's unlikely bond withstand the fight for the fate of mankind and, most importantly, love? So that sounds interesting, but I'm way more excited to read that. So Spark of the Everflame is going on my TBR for this month. Let's do one more. I know that was kind of cheating, but still. Reread a book you've read before. Ooh, that could be interesting. Actually, you know what? You know what book I want to reread that I've read before? Because I never annotated it and I would love to annotate it. But Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. I read this when I was about 19, 20. One of the first books I read as an adult, and I absolutely loved it. So it'll be interesting to see if this still lives up to my expectations. I have watched the movie adaptation of this and it is horrible. Please don't watch it. But the book was really good. I really loved it. It's very cringeworthy, but I loved this. So this would be very interesting to reread and for me to annotate just like little bits. I'll read you the synopsis on the back. Good girl. Abby Abernathy doesn't drink or swear and she works hard. Abby believes she has buried her dark past, but when she arrives at college, her dreams of a new beginning are quickly challenged by the university's walking one-night stand. Bad boy. Travis Maddox, sexy, built, and covered in tattoos, is exactly what Abby needs and wants to avoid. He spends his nights winning money in a floating fight club and his days as the notorious college Lothario. Imminent disaster. Intrigued by Abby's resistance to his charms, Travis tricks her into his life with a simple bet. If he loses, he must remain celibate for a month. If Abby loses, she must live in Travis's apartment for the same amount of time, or the start of something beautiful. Either way, Travis has no idea that he has met his match, or that this is the start of an obsessive, intense relationship that will lead them both to unimaginable territory. Like, I'm reading that makes me giggle because I remembered it, and yeah, I remember this book, I remember the tension, and yeah, so that is that. Just to recap, we have read a book by an author you haven't read anything from before, and we picked Die For You by Lauren Jackson. Read a book with red on the cover, and we picked Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I love how I say we, but it was me that picked them. Anywho, read a secondhand book, and we picked Next in Line by Jeffrey Arthur. Read the highest rated book on your TBR, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Read a book with purple on the cover, Love Read Signs. The whole cover is basically purple, so that definitely fits that. Read a book released in 2018. I've got Caraval here, but I'm reading Legendary, so that's that one by Stephanie Garber. Read a book with an ugly cover. Again, it's not necessarily this is actually ugly. I just find this ugly, but we have A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Read a book with a person on the cover. We picked Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Reread a book you've read before. We picked A Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. and read a historical fiction, which we bent that a little bit as well, but we have Electric Idol by Katie Robert. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video and are excited to see which of these books I actually end up reading for the month of March. Don't actually know how much reading I am going to get done because I do have quite a few assessments that are due this month. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like the video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below what you guys are planning to read this month. You guys will see in my March reading wrap up what I read for my book club pick. If you've read any of the books that I've picked today, let me know what you thought of them. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I am coming back to post at least once a week, if not twice a week. That's the goal. I'm hoping to have this video up literally by tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the next video, which I'm hoping to do a reading vlog as well this month, but I'm not sure if that'll happen. I'm going to try to, but we shall see. Yeah, so there might be a reading vlog coming. There will be a reading 1-star reviews on my favorite books, on my 5-star reads. Stay tuned for those videos this month, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.